Modak, the head of the College of Accounting. Thank you.
That you've looked broader than just getting a degree or qualification and understand the relevance of getting that broader thinking. Skills that you've developed, particularly in this project, the stuff you've learned around group work, teamwork, the lessons you've learned about others expect you to be excellent as well and to excel.
And you should be aware that in the CA profession and in the business world at large, there's been a lot of corruption, greed, and a lack of awareness and connection to socioeconomic issues. And at times this has made me ashamed to actually say I'm a CA trainee. I see business as more than a vehicle to make profit. And that was the first time where I was really able to reimagine a different business world. I was not limited by the confines of IFRS or the Companies Act or any other framework that we use in our accounting studies. And that gave me the opportunity to imagine and redefine a business world where employees are treated fairly, where the environment is respected, and where companies act sustainably. And although these ideals haven't been achieved, BAG gave me the ability to imagine it. The secret of change is not focusing all of your energy on fighting the old, but creating the new. So go out there and be the visionaries that this world so desperately needs. Thank you.
This is LVMH. Canada Goose will be kicking the proceedings off today. Before we start, I'd like to apologize in advance. Our CEO, Danny Rice, was not able to fly down with the rest of the flock for today, as he's currently dealing with other matters in Canada. So you may be wondering why a Canadian puffer jacket producer would accept an offer from a retail giant such as LVMH.
Firstly, being both established, family-run businesses, LVMH and Canada Goose share in the same fundamental values of conducting business, which allows for a smooth alignment of strategies and culture.
Duck? No. It's a goose.
If you don't know what LVMH stands for, you might recognize these brands: Louis Vuitton, Moet, Hennessy. Streamlining our distribution channels into Asia and Europe will improve the efficiencies in the product line, and these will result in cost savings and improved margins for the group as a whole.
The Canadian brand remains sustainable by sustaining the current manufacturing process in Canada.
So now we're going to open up to...
How do you guys weigh the risks of diluting your brand by overexposing it globally and allowing it to be available everywhere?
Very valid point.
Prices on. I saw in the bottom left corner there was a PE ratio of about 83, which is a little bit high, marginally. What did you consider when you looked at that? Justified adding a premium to that and then unlocking more value over and above this?
It's such a new company, and we just believe that there's so much more value to be added. So only a 15% premium, not the usual ownership premium of 25-30%.
We are known as the biggest biscuit producer in the world. 38% of our revenue is generated from the European region, while a further 24% comes from North America. We have brands including Oreos and Cadbury.
Our Hershey name has been synonymous with the sweet yet simple delight of fine quality chocolate. The once small candy shop is now an international chocolate emporium with over 80 brands. In the United States, are Hershey's chocolates. It is safe to say we are the leading chocolate for most Americans and the perfect match for Mondelez International.
We have been approved by all our shareholders and also been given the green light to go ahead with this transaction. We are assured that the Federal Trade Commission will not have any problems that we are breaking any antitrust laws along with any anti-competitive behavior in the market.
Mondelez wanted to expand our North American market share, as well as expand the revenue generated from our chocolate product line.
short-term blip should not eclipse the long-term success of good fundamental business principles and intelligent strategy. And such is the logistics, the rationale, and the synergies behind Mondelez and Fine Hershey's of the case.
Our teams, well done. My question is to Mondelez. So you mentioned the terms of your deal, cash and share swap. In your share swap ratio of 3:1, you offer the same ratio towards ordinary shareholders as well as to the tightly held unit trusts of the family, even though the family holds 80% of the voting rights of all the shares. Can you explain maybe what you thought through there to justify paying out the same to the critical 80% voting rights of the family and giving the same share swap to normal shareholders?
So to be fair to all shareholders, we offered a generous 3-to-1 share swap to get past this hurdle to move forward with the deal.
Further increase your exposure into a sugar-like category, which could potentially face declining sales in the decades to come. So how do you guys think about the deal there?
A two-factor model of predictability and malleability.
We're focusing also on our health foods, and we have extensive research in there too.
The merger between Salesforce and SAP to form Salesforce SAP Corporation will create a company in the best position to exploit the opportunities in a rapidly changing and fast-growing environment of CRM and ERP all in one product that will be unrivaled against current competitors.
SAP is the world leader in enterprise application in terms of software and software-related service revenues. It is known for providing enterprise software for the management of business operations and client relations.
Combining the two companies will allow us to lead the market with a share of 26% in the fastest growing segment, and also combine the extensive research and development costs, skills, experiences, and team up in order to gain even more competitive advantage.
One-stop shop for all CRM and ERP solutions. Next, we expect an accelerated growth opportunities and gains in market share, where we'll be able to compete with the likes of Oracle and Apple.
In terms of this agreement, Salesforce shareholders will receive 1.4 SAP shares for every one Salesforce share that they currently hold.
It chose to use Bain, I believe, for cultural integration between the companies. I'm interested to know why.
Very difficult to integrate both cultures of the respective companies, so we felt that having a third party come in and help us through that process of integrating both cultures will help us in the long run.
We moved from the state of Delaware to Germany. Did you actually consider the tax consequences? Considering the fact that the state of Delaware is a tax haven.
We didn't consider that. Unfortunately, we looked into the fact that German tax rate is 50% and the US tax rate is 22%, if I'm not mistaken. So we thought there would be tax savings there. Now that you raised that point, that is a consideration we will look into.
Local corruption allegations, and you've got a potential obligation that's sitting outside of this. The obligation materializes and becomes something that the group needs to account for. Have you made any other consideration for Salesforce shareholders who would now have to shell out for this obligation which they had nothing to do with in the first place?
It's public knowledge of the current allegations going around in South Africa, around the state capture and SAP, and we would expect that shareholders, by committing to this deal, would have priced that in to their considerations. So.
And finalist number 4 is TJX and
TJX has elected to undergo 100% acquisition of Vipshop shares, bringing them onto the TJX balance sheet as a wholly owned subsidiary. Vipshop is the 4th largest e-commerce retail company in China. Vipshop's business model is to retail fashion at a discount.
Like it is imperative for us to e-commerce platforms, and acquiring an experienced e-commerce platform such as Vipshop is beneficial for us.
Good morning and ni hao. We are Vipshop. So, as you can see, we've already begun integrating our operations. Only one display card is TJX, okay? So just moving on from that, Vipshop is an online retailer, and we feel that we have been reaching out to the Chinese market. We're now a leader in the retail market, and now we need to expand our...
It's time for an M&A deal. It's time for us to put ourselves out there, advertise ourselves, led by our manager here, Graham Willam. He led us very well to an excellent deal.
Options. As you can see there, 74% of it will be in the form of cash, while the remaining 26% of it will be in the form of TJX shares. A 69% premium for our shareholders, which our Vipshop will continue to operate as Vipshop in Asia, as well as spearhead TJX's short-term expansion into the Asian market. In other parts of the world where TJX currently operates, Vipshop will operate under the name TJX Vipshop, and these areas include Europe, America, and Australia.
Vipshop is that expanding into the brick and mortar operations. And ultimately brick and mortar is not going away.
Did you consider product quality given the reputation of Chinese products?
It doesn't just sell any brands, we sell exclusive brands. So it's your more luxury brands, but the only difference is that we offer our customers a much discounted price to be able to bargain with the suppliers and get that from them. So they won't be necessarily downgrading their product quality. In fact, it could be enhancing their quality in that sense.
The US-China rhetoric has gotten a lot worse, and it looks like tariffs could increase or even be broadened to more categories of products. You did speak about it. If tariffs are basically enforced or get worse going forward, does the kind of the delinking of China and US take away a lot of the synergies from your deal, and how do you think about that relative to the premium you paid?
A lot of the tariffs that have been imposed from the US side, it's been a lot of that of luxury goods, which wouldn't really, like TVs and things like that, which wouldn't really affect our transition.
Congratulations to all of the teams that presented today. It's not easy to come up here and present, to a class full of people. So well done again. Is to the group who had the first sales announcement. It isn't easy to be the first in anything. Palmolive and Edgewell Personal Care for having the first deal announced on their sales announcement. So well done. And the two teams that are receiving this award are Domino's and Shiseido. Announcements. And so well done to the Microsoft and NVIDIA team. Looking at all your displays of cards, they're all amazing. But this team in particular showed a lot of creativity. Everything was made from scratch. So a huge congratulations to the Jack in the Box team! Through their participation on Twitter and just in the tutorial space, and just always, having a positive contribution to the bag experience. Team Canada accumulation of an entire year's hard work. Who is going to be the winning deal?
At Coronation and as myself, I've really enjoyed being part of this again today. Like, there's been incredible deals,
Some were interesting and not good, some were interesting and really good. But the winning deal for us is Canada Goose LV.
Part of this bag journey for all of us. I don't think this course would be what it is today if it wasn't for his contribution and his passion. I'm sure you can all agree with me.
What an absolute privilege it is to be a part of this today. There's so much pride in my heart. I know some people are going home with some full pockets of unit trusts, but for me, I'm going home with a full heart because of what you guys have put on paper. So, I'm going to take a quick moment to say thank you to a whole bunch of people. The first being the ATs and the tutors on this course. What a bunch of incredible people. Thank you for your dedicated contribution to this course, to the college as a whole. You guys add so much value. And my right-hand man, HQ I call him, but Piwe, wherever you are, brother, there you are. Thank you so much for all the efforts you put in. You've grown leaps and bounds this year. It's a privilege to have been a part of that. To the staff, College of Accounting, thank you for your support today. The panel, for making time. Rion for getting here at 8. I know that was a big ask. So there's an unsung hero in this course. Someone who behind the scenes makes everything happen. To Fatima Driver, who's here. Who's got this course also wouldn't be what it is, and Canada Goose and LVMH would not be as stoked, I promise you, if it wasn't for Coronation's unit trust. So, thank you. The most important thank you today goes to you guys. What I've recognized is that I push hard, but in these moments, it's the reciprocation that you guys bring to the table with excellence that makes it all worth it. And I recognize that our future as a country is brighter because of all of you in this room. So please keep doing what you're doing, but most importantly, pass your exams. And I look forward to seeing you in GDA. Guys, thank you very much.